Alright, what's up everybody? I'm going to go over my Season 9 Project Diablo 2 Magic Arrow Amazon build. Now this character does pretty good. I'm running a magic resistant map here. This here Ruin Ciceron. You see these here stranglers are immune to magic. I could get through them really good. I got these here Valkyries. I got 3 of them down here working for me. And they just kind of bust right through those magic immune packs. Yeah, as you can see, this character, it does pretty good. It's pretty fast on the maps. Key runs are really fast. I can do a key run in like 1 minute or less, which is like outstanding because I never really ran Ubers before until this season. Because I didn't have any keys. And them keys are expensive and I'm cheap. So yeah, it was pretty fun. I probably ran the Ubers a dozen times or more. Actually got an Amazon torch that I'm using. But yeah, I mean, you know, this is a T3 map. You know, it's not one-shot killing everything like Wheat Solo's Necromancers. You know, he's got some pretty good stuff, that Wheat Solo. You know, Wheat Solo, the Necromancer, no, it's Wheat Solo, the Skeleton King. The shirtless Skeleton King. That guy, he knows what he's doing, though. He's got some pretty good stuff. I think he's got me convinced. I'm going to play a Necromancer next season. So, see, here's that Magic Immune, and then I run inner side on them. And then them girls just pound them to the ground. I get rid of that for them. You know, I do run that inner side on bosses and on those Magic Immune packs. I do slow movement. See, I just put slow movement on right there. I don't know. It takes longer to cast slow movement than it does to... I can kill stuff faster than casting slow movement. Yeah. And I'm running Enigma. You can see... I kind of gotta have teleport. I'm just kind of at that point where I wish the Amazons had teleport built into its class. Like, you know, Drew's got Gust, Necromancer's got Life, or Blood Warp. The Paladin's got something. I don't really play Paladin that much, but I just really wish the Amazons had some kind of built-in skill for teleporting. You know, it's like you gotta use Enigma. And people say, oh, you can use a Naj stick. You know, it's like, I'm not using a Naj stick, alright? I refuse to do it. So I'm just kind of showing off the gameplay. I guess I'm going to go to town here and show off the gear. And you can see this guy does pretty good. I do pop off a decoy from time to time. Decoys work good against Ubers. The Valkyries work good against Ubers. I wouldn't be able to kill Ubers without the Valkyries. So I tried it both ways with Penetrate and with Valkyrie, and Penetrate just ain't worth it. Valkyrie's where it's at. So I'll come back here at the end, I guess, and kill the boss. Let me go over my gear here. Alright, I'm just kind of... The build starts off with this Mage Wrath. This is a 5 open socket bow. I got this early on. I bought it maybe a rune and a half or so. Or a 1 high rune, 1.5 high runes. I started off with shell runes in this thing because I needed to hit my max breakpoint for increased attack speed. But then since then I got Beast on my mercenary, and that I was able to hit the max breakpoint. Yeah, it rolled a level 9 fanaticism. I don't know why I can't say that. Fanaticism. But yeah, this pretty much just, it makes you hit the increased attack speed right away. I guess I gotta go buff up in order to see it. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, you can see the increased attack speed right here. Yeah, increased attack speed 95. So if this would have rolled an 8 a level 8 on the beast, the breakpoint would have been a lot higher, and I would have had to try to roll it again. But the 75 is what I was shooting for. And the reason that I wanted that number is because, as you can see, I got 95 with all my gear. These arrows here have 20 built into them, so I don't have to use arrows that have 20% increased attack speed. I'm able to kind of work through different sets of arrows as I please. Now these arrows here have ignore targets defense. These are my favorite. I really think ignore targets defense, at least in this build, I can definitely tell when I don't have it on. These are kind of my alternate arrows. Poison length reduced by 75, that's why I kept these. These are cool, faster run walk. These +3 bow and crossbow. I found these. I found all these arrows. -18 target defense. I really don't use these that much. Better chance of getting a magic item. Yeah, but yeah, so I got this Mage Wrath. After I hit the increased attack speed, after I hit that breakpoint, I was able to pull those shell runes out, and I put some just resistance gems, and just put a bunch of gems in here. I wish I could show you on Armory exactly what the gems do, but basically it's just resistance gems because it's really hard to get resistances with this build. And it's kind of one of my prereqs is I like to make sure my resistances are capped out. I know some people don't really care to get them maxed out, but I don't think you have a complete character unless you have them maxed out. I guess I'm a hardcore character at heart. Yeah, this Valkyrie wing, yeah, this one here, this is a good helm. It's hard for me to take this off because of the resistances, the plus a mana after each kill. Here's my Enigma like I was talking about. It's cool. I don't need all the strength. Physical damage taken reduced by 5. That's nice. The magic, the chance of getting a magic item, that's cool. But pretty much the only reason I have this, you get the +2 all skills and you get blink. I just wish there was another option to have blink or have teleport on Amazons. The Silk Weaves, I got plus mana after each kill, fire resistance. I like the plus 200 defense versus the missiles. I guess ranged attacks really eat me up. I guess I don't know, I guess I'm not that good of a player or something, but I really like having a little bit extra defense on the ranged attacks. Yeah, these gloves, man, I shopped at Anya for hours. I don't know, I might be exaggerating, but for a long time I shopped to try to get these, and I could never get +3s with 20% increased attack speed to show up. So I had to buy these off a dude. I think I paid like 3 high runes for him. He was real proud of them, and I don't blame him. He said he shopped for them, which I don't know if I believe him. Well, I guess they're hard to find, so yeah, so I was real happy to get these. These were my old gloves. They were only +2, 20% increased attack speed. So it's like I gotta have either increased attack speed on these gloves, or I gotta have them on the arrows. And I really wanted to be able to switch my arrows in and out because of just the stats, the variability in all the stats. Now this belt, I'm gonna pull up this mercenary real quick. This belt, I found this early on and I never took the damn thing off. It's got physical damage taken reduced by 10%, which is the same as String of Ears. The only difference is String of Ears doesn't have these resistances, it doesn't have life, and it doesn't have anything to mana. Strength is cool. The gold is cool. I wish it would have corrupted something else. I don't need the gold find, but once I put this on, I never took it off. I think this is better than String of Ears. See, here's String of Ears. You can kind of compare the two. And then for this amulet, I bought this. I picked up, I found some +3 bow and crossbow amulets. I never got him to corrupt with a +1 all skill. And faster cast rate, I guess I think it's my only source, so that's cool. Um, but yeah, I bought these off a dude. I bought this off a guy. It was a couple high runes. I'm sure. I don't remember exactly what it was. And then these here rings, I kind of play around with Ravenfrost and a Dwarf Star, and then I just kind of always go back to these two rings. It's got life, it's got resistances. It gives me cannot be frozen. You know, uh, I can't really tell a huge difference, when I got Ravenfrost on and Dwarf Star. These are my kind of alternate rings. Pretty standard, nothing fancy. A couple of Dwarf Stars. I found a whole bunch of these. But, yeah. On the Mercenary, this is a Act 3 Cold, a Mercenary. So the thing about this War Scepter is it's got +3 to prayer. It gives you life per hit, which is cool because I don't have a source of life after kill. I don't have life leech on this character. I don't think you can get it. The same with mana leech. You can't do that on this character. So, having prayer life per hit really adds to this build. And the Act 3 Mercenary, I think, has prayer built into what he has. He's like level 94. That might be like level 12 prayer. I have to look up the stats on the wiki. But then this has got an extra +3 to it. So it definitely helps out. Exile, I definitely could tell when I'm fighting Ubers, when my Mercenary dies, and I don't have this Defiance Aura, I can definitely tell that I don't have it. I definitely try to keep the Mercenary alive in the Uber fights. So I like this shield. Steel Shade, nothing fancy here. +2 to all skills and minus to cold resistance. +4 to cold skills. It helps out the character. Inferno Walk Boots or Inferno Strides. These are cool because whenever he gets hit, then he runs around and he leaves a big trail of fire behind him. I don't know. These right here, +2 all skills, nothing really fancy. + to vitality, just kind of beefs up this Mercenary. Frost burns. This is all pretty standard stuff. Nothing really too fancy. I go into my skills here. Max and Magic Arrow, and all the synergies. Then I do use Inner Sight. This is good against bosses. Reduces their defense, their attack rating. This is good against bosses or like magic resistant packs. I got Valkyrie maxed at 30 here, and you get 3 of them, which is cool. It really helps fight Ubers, I'll tell you that, and bosses in general. I tried this both ways. I tried dumping all my extra points into Penetrate, and I just didn't think it was worth it. So I went back to Valkyrie, and this allows me to kill Ubers. This allows me to kill off any magic resistant packs of enemies. Yeah, like I said, I use Inner Sight. I cast that on bosses. Slow movement, I do use that whenever I hit a big pack of enemies. It's kind of not worth it in a way. It takes longer to cast than it does for me. I can kill the enemies faster than I can cast this thing. Decoy, I do pop a decoy off fairly often. I guess I just got a itchy trigger finger. 1 into evade, I don't think it does much. 1 into dodge, does a little bit. Faster hit recovery. Critical strike, 1 into that. Nothing into javelin and spear. This Azarath blade, I had this on my Mercenary before I got Beast. It's got that Sanctuary aura. It kind of adds to your magic damage attacks. Helps you break through magic resistances. Definitely Definitely an intro, a beginner, an early on weapon to get before you can get beast. These were my gloves before I got these +3s. These had +2 and 20% increased attack speed. Yeah, these are my boots. 30% faster run walk, tri-res. Before I use these, I really like the mana after each kill. I think I can tell the difference if I take these off. Here's some Volk wings. These are failed attempts. I really wanted Cannot Be Frozen on the helm. I puzzle boxed both of these and only got one open socket. Failed attempts. So it's like, I really wanted to not use a Ravenfrost. I wanted to be able to mix and match my rings and stuff. But it's hard. It was hard for me to take this damn thing off because of the resistances and the mana after each kill. I mean, this is legit here. This is almost as good as it gets. Endariel's Visage. Oh, I tried this out. I couldn't never get it to work right. I was trying it out because I had Cannot Be Frozen. The shield I used on my mercenary before I got exile. I guess I just kind of kept it. What's this? Oh, yeah. If I run into Geed, I come out and I get this. I put this on. And I get, 15% vendor reduce. So I get 30% reduced price from Geed. Save some money. Oh, yeah, these charms. Now, I tried this both ways with the +1 bow and crossbows, and then these. And then I talked to this dude on Discord. He pointed me to a calculator. He may have made the calculator. But these are definitely better than +1 charms. Oh yeah, here's my torch. This is this is a self-found torch. I think this is the first or second one I got whenever I killed Ubers, so cool. Yeah, I kept it. I guess it's not the greatest. I could have bought one. I only found one Amazon one the whole time. Maybe killed them a dozen times. Yeah, I didn't fight Declone, so I bought this. 3 high runes maybe. And then this is my charm. I move in and out just with how I'm feeling at the time. I don't know, maybe one of these. Sure, let's put this one in there. Yeah. Oh, anybody want this jewel? Hit me up. I'll give it to you. Season's ending. You can have it. Small donation needed. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit more gameplay here. I got interrupted. Damn kids, it's time for them to go to bed, so there was a bunch of crying, a bunch of commotion. You know, the normal stuff for a 5 and 3-year-old, so. So I'm just going to do a little bit more gameplay, and then I'll probably cut the video short, try to keep it around 20 minutes maybe. Doubt probably too many people are going to watch this, so. But yeah, I think next season I'm going to go a Necromancer. I'm watching a guy on YouTube called Wheat Solo. If you don't ever heard of him, you should look him up. The guy's pretty smart. He loves the Necromancers though, let me tell you. He's got some Bone Spear ones he's been trying out where you run some T3 maps and he can pretty much one-shot kill you. All the enemies on the T3 maps. Try to go over here and kill this boss. Try to get there pretty quick. Yeah, here goes this boss. Let me see if I can kill this boss. Boss always gives me a little bit of trouble. Like I said, I just really ain't that good at this game, so probably kill all my balls. I hope that mercenary stays alive. Ooh, look at that.
I always pick up a shield. Yep. Alright, I'll see you guys in Season 10.